Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for all of your comments on the discussion board about Atonement. It was really cool to read those and to see you guys interact with each other and share your ideas. You did just an excellent job, and you have such thoughtful readings of the book and of the characters. And it was nice to explore some of those questions with you guys. So thank you for those. If you haven't posted yet, it's not too late. I added like one more day to it. Also, if you guys have any problems with the new distance learning model or any questions, please let me know, and I'll do what I can. Your homework for Monday is to read part 2 of Atonement. It's only like 80 pages, and we have nothing but time, right? So read part 2 for Monday, and I'll have an assignment for you on Monday about part 2. Maybe we'll do another discussion. Maybe we'll have something else. I'm not really sure yet, but I'll let you know. So I wanted to return our discussion to poetry. I sent you a link to an article that's on the College Board AP website. Where is it? Right here. It's called Calling Forth Joy, A Poet's Ideas About Teaching Poetry by Tammy Howland. So shout out Tammy, because this is a really cool article. We've been learning about all these different forms. Last time we did epithalamians and free verse. We've learned all these different fixed forms, and I thought this article was a nice like touchstone about just enjoying poetry and how poetry can be fun. So how you can connect with the voice. You guys can read this, you can check it out. Learning to feel poetry. So yeah, it's a real brief article, but it has a couple of Tammy Howland's poems here, and I really like this one. It's called 1105. This is my tired poem when the ash leaves turn and willows by the river sift theirs to the ground. This is my turning in poem, my singing poem about the dog curled into old blankets and cats rattling dishes in the sink. This is for sleep, for you who have begun to sink into the deep water of dreams where I am swimming to meet you in tall weeds, and we wait for the next big fish. This is my swimming poem when we rise to its belly, hold to its spiked fins, and follow it into the open waters of this lake. So that's pretty cool, you know? There's some nice comparisons there about writing and reading poetry to swimming and dreaming. So I guess we're swimming and we're dreaming here, folks, you know? So check out that article. Moving on, our new term for today is mock epic. Now, a mock epic, you can check it out here. I sent you guys this handout too, also called a mock heroic, is a form of satire that adapts the elevated heroic style of the classical epic poem to a trivial subject. So there's a few examples here that I provided you guys with, and in the past we've read, remember we read Don Juan by Byron, where he really criticizes Bob Southey, the poet, for his politics and for basically for being a sellout and a chump and stuff like that. That was like the first mock epic that we read. It's a term that could come up during the exam. So if you see, if the writing prompt that you're given, if you're getting the sense that they're being very critical of someone or of an idea, and they're drawing on qualities of epic or heroic storytelling and poetry, like this great leader that, you know, saves the people, or maybe something as simple as heroic couplets, like you could see the heroic couplets in this poem below called Mac Flecknoe by John Dryden. But if they use those, if they're using those epic qualities to critique something, it might be a mock epic. You can check out Mac Flecknoe by John Dryden. There's a cool story behind this poem. I only included the first stanza because there's like a zillion stanzas, and I get the feeling you probably don't want to read a zillion stanzas. You get the idea from the first one. The story behind this poem is that it was written about this guy named Thomas Shadwell. And Thomas Shadwell and John Dryden both really admired this poet called Ben Jonson. And Shadwell stated that he thought he was basically the heir to Ben Jonson, or was the next kind of great poet. And Dryden was like, no way, dude, you're not. And so he writes this satire of Thomas Shadwell. So as you read this one, picture Thomas Shadwell sitting down, maybe he's having a cup of coffee or something, hanging out with his friends. And then he comes across this, and it's this burning satire of him. So if you read it, you can see the heroic couplets. Like I said, it's iambic pentameter, and it rhymes. Each two lines rhyme together, or each line rhymes. All human things are subject to decay, and when fate summons, monarchs must obey. That's an epic way to start a poem, right? We already have fate and we have kings from the two opening lines. This Flecknoe found, who like Augustus young was called to empire and had governed long. So talking about Flecknoe as an emperor or a king. In prose and verse was owned without dispute through all the realms of nonsense absolute. This aged prince now flourishing in peace and blessed with issue of a large increase, worn out with business did at length debate to settle the succession of the state. And pondering which of all his sons was fit to reign and wage a mortal war with wit, cried, 'tis resolved, for nature pleads, that he should only rule who most resembles me. Shadwell alone my perfect image bears, mature and dullness from his tender years. Shadwell alone of all my sons is he who stands confirmed in fool's stupidity. The rest to some faint meaning make pretense, but Shadwell never deviates into sense. Some beams of wit on other souls may fall, strike through and make a lucid interval. But Shadwell's genuine night admits no ray, his rising fogs prevail upon the day. So poor Shadwell really gets roasted there. It's kind of like a rap battle. We've drawn that comparison before. I guess you guys have brought up some of your, when rappers diss one another. It's basically a diss track, but written long ago for Thomas Shadwell. So that's our term for today. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, your homework is to read part 2 for Monday. I'll have more stuff for you guys later this week. And I hope you're doing well. Thanks for everything and for all of your comments online too on the discussion board. Have a great day. See you later. See you on the flip side.